Good morning. Welcome to Thriving Talks with Anthony. Today we're going to have a insightful conversation. For those who are new to the channel, we make mental health conversations and content that's going to be beneficial to your personal development, addition to your well-being. However, in today's conversation, we're going to be talking about how your nervous system learns safety over time. I want to take into consideration that, if you're feeling on edge, right, it's not a personal flaw. It's a learned pattern. It's a learned behavior, right? So I want to take into consideration that, when your body is struggling, immediately, try your best to relax, get yourself within that mindfulness, breathe if you can, get yourself grounded. If you're, in your seat, keep your feet on the ground type of thing, get yourself into a better state. However, I really want you guys to realize that you're not broken, you're not, something's wrong with you, right? Your body is trying to get yourself into safety mode, it's on guard, and it's trying to be in that protective stance, right? So, that's when it comes to that nervous system. However, I want us to dive into some normalization and also to reshame and reduce us having, those negative thoughts and ruminating over, when it comes to this nervous system thing, but understanding, right? So many people expect to feel safe just because circumstances improve. The nervous system also responds to, like I said, those patterns, not logic. Hypervigilance, is often the result of, repeated stress, not a weakness, right? So our body is trying to, like I said, be in protective mode, be in safety, and keep us at ease. However, we just don't know what life may, throw at us, because that has, a lot of unpredictability. However, let's dive into some psychoeducation in regards to helping us stay more grounded, right? So the nervous system is shaped by, like I said, our experiences, where when it comes to some repeated stress techniques, the body is anticipating threat, right? So when we're in stressful situations or we're around people that give us stress, right, the body is anticipating this is a threat. That's why I said stress comes in different ways, right? So it could become, you could be looking like a damn football player and having, your shoulder blades rising type of stuff. For those out there that is popping, talk up in the comments, drop, you feel the stress, where it's coming from, right? So I want us to understand that. That's why it's really important for us to get ourselves grounded, being around the right people, having, these conversations where we're able to transmit these experiences and express what is happening to someone productively, right? So you're able to, like, number one, get some techniques, get some skills that's gonna be able to benefit you, right, in those moments, but at the same time too, helping you advocate for yourself and figure out what the right steps are for you to mediate these situations for yourself, right? So it's not about always, persevering and not complaining and not looking like you have always a problem with someone, but you really also at the same time too, you want to also too sometimes get assessed. Am I a problem? What's going on? You feel me? But at the same time too, figure out ways where you're able to get yourself in a conducive, healthier state of mind, right? So, but just pulling it back to, like I said, the body's feeling the stresses and the body also too is anticipating threat, right? So repeated safe experiences teaches the body to stand down, relax, and we're in comfort mode, right? So safety isn't just a switch, but it's something the body learns through consistency. So try your best, like I said, get around people that make you feel safe, or feel me, or get around areas that make you, that provide that safety for yourself, right? Your body needs to be able to learn those patterns. That's why, for instance, some people out here that or in traumatic or dysfunctional homes, and then they finally get their self into a better home or living with someone else that makes them feel more comfortable, it changes the game, right? So I really want to take in consideration that we want to be in environments that make us feel safe, make us feel whole. We're able to heal, relax, and have the overall that protection and that safety, and we want to have that consistency because the body will be able to snatch into that recovery. Let's dive into some practical reframing regards to how safety is built, right? So first key point off rip is small practical routines create that safety when it comes to the signals of the body, right? So try your best, like I said, get into those zones. Safety relationships also accelerate that regulation as well. So like I said, we want to connect ourselves to the right people, trusted people, as like I said, that make you feel like you're able to be in environments where it's conducive for you. Confidentiality, you have that privacy, you have that safety, you have that love, right? And that's why I said as well, taking consideration on those professionals or who are able to administer having these conversations with you in these safety zones where you can talk about whatever. This will be able to help you, like I said, get your goals, any treatment plans, so they're able to help you out, give you the strategies, give you the skills, right? People can give you, all these things, but at the end of the day, you got to apply it to your life, right? So when you know better, you got to do better. But at the same time, too, we got to be able to talk. We got to be able to help our regulation out when it comes to that body by having these relationships and these conversations, right? So gentle exposure to that, discomfort, right? We got to feel that uncomfortableness, right, to become comfortable, right? So without overwhelm, it builds that tolerance, right? So we just proactively start doing things, moving us forward for that safety, right? So safety is built in the moments, not milestones, right? So it's not about just we running over there to get there, right? It's built in the moments. It's built on us giving us up that comfort, being kind to ourselves, connecting with the right people, right? So let's have some micro action in regards to immediate application. Like I said, what are some things that we can do today, right? So if you're getting the information, we can figure out ways to apply it, right? So I really want to take that into consideration, right? So choose a practical routine, right? Some of us have that morning tea, even a walk in the morning, right? Do my thing, you feel me? I always have my morning tea, right? So practice one grounding, cue a day. Like I said, breathing slowly. You want to, hand on the chest, you know what I mean? Holding yourself, like I said, allowing yourself to feel comfortable. Being compassionate, allowing yourself to understand that you're gonna get through this, right? Just by being more kind, but having a positive mindset rather than just tearing yourself down, right? Noticing one, moment each day that makes you feel neutral, that makes you feel good, that makes you feel, at ease. It's not about just always worrying about just being perfect and comparing yourself to others, right? You just realize that you are okay, right? So, just worrying about yourself, what you got going on, and being kind to yourself, but you got to have a ritual for yourself and allowing yourself to be in a vibe where it feels safe, it feels comfortable, right? Pulling yourself out, like for instance, for those out there that may be in a dysfunctional dynamic, what about those environments that, that you can go to that make you feel at ease, right? There's parks out there, the Arboretum, we have so many different trees and exotic, just different plants from different spots of the places in the world, right? So it's just like figure out things that you can do. Take a walk around the block, right? Talking to a friend, talking to a loved one, right? And just trying to figure out a way to get the results that you want within time with having those conversations with proactive people that can help you, right? Reaching out, advocating for yourself, right? And as us humans, we got to be interacting and not being in isolation for too long as a period to help our wellness, right? So I really want to take that into consideration, figuring out things that we can apply within our day, right? So I encourage us to have that repetition over that intensity. So I want you to be breaking yourself down, but I really want us to apply ourselves to make sure that we're getting the results that we want, right? So your body learns through that experience, right? And experience can change. When it comes to our safety, like I said, it's something that we can practice, not wait for, right? So nothing's gonna happen if we just sit there, right? So you're not stuck. I don't want you guys to understand that you guys are toe from the floor. We can change when it comes to that application, right? So progress is something that we're gonna be doing when we're retraining ourselves. So when it comes to, wrapping this video up, I want you guys to take in consideration that your nervous system learns safety over time, and good things take time. So take it easy with yourself when it comes to this process, but allow yourself to, marinate with this information. If you found this video beneficial, give it a thumbs up, share if possible, and I'll see you on the next one. Stay blessed, take it easy.